Welcome to Investment Talk Only with Johnny Ruiz. It's time to get to the money.
Yo, what up? Welcome to
What
Investment
up?
Talk Only. I'm your host, Johnny Ruiz. My co-host, Monique Benitez. How you doing?
What's up? I'm good. I am good. I am excited about what we are talking about today. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. So we were gonna do like a regular episode, but with everything that's happened in the market, like we had to touch on it. And so Gamestop, AMC, we're gonna be talking about that and do an explainer on the actual tactic that went on that is causing all this buzz. All right.
Okay.
Good,
because my phone's been blowing up. My DM's been blowing up. Everybody's asking me like, what is going on with GameStop? What's going on with AMC? And I'm just like, we'll cover it.
Yeah, same here. So I'll put it out there for the masses. Our second youngest sister has nothing to do with stocks. Called me and asked me about this GameStop. So I was like, this is crazy, right? Now. Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy now.
Yeah,
she's asking me about it.
She's like all into it.
Yeah, and this is I didn't know how much like traction happened because I saw it in real time what happened, and I was like, what is going on? And I sent it in the chat. I was like, yo, this is crazy, and then just continued and then found out all this other stuff happened. But I guess let's get into it. All right.
Okay.
So what do you know about, what's going on?
I don't know. All I've seen is I've seen all these memes, I'm a social media person. So you see all these memes, everybody talking about how Robinhood sucks and they want to sue. And then GameStop and they're like, everybody's rich, da 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 da. And so that's the gist of it. I've had a super busy week. So I haven't really dived too much into it, but I just got the surface of it. And then my DM's been blowing up like, hey, what's going on with AMC? Hey, what's going on with GameStop? Blah, blah, blah. And I knew you and I were going to connect soon. So I was like, we'll discuss it here. So yeah, can you tell me more in depth, what's going on with GameStop, AMC, and why everyone wants to sue Robinhood?
What happened with GameStop is, and definitely want to get into, like I said, the maneuver of it, not really the news of it, but we'll talk about that. So what happened with GameStop is GameStop for a while, for years, even before the pandemic, it was just struggling. It's a brick and mortar, a game store, and just the times we're going away from the brick and mortar, shopping and stuff. So they weren't doing that really good, even before the pandemic. So with that, and with the pandemic, big money institutional investors, so like hedge funds and stuff, have been shorting it. So
that's why they say the billionaires are pissed off right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you short, you basically, you're betting that you think the stock is overvalued. So you're betting, you think that it's going to go down and you want to profit from it, and you can. So when you short it, basically you're borrowing somebody's shares that they already have, and then you're selling it instantly in a second. So you borrow and then you sell it. So say you sell it for $100 and you think it's going to go to 20 because you think it's overvalued. So when it goes down to 20, you're obligated to buy it back at some point to give it back because you borrowed the shares. So when you buy it back at the lower value, because that's what you think is going to happen, you profit that $80. So I give you your shares back. Now I keep that.
Can you, not to cut you off, but can you remember a long time ago when I went to visit you and you were trying to explain to me shorting, and you use borrowing somebody's sneakers? Can you put it in those terms to better understand? Because when you use that, I would instantly click.
Yeah, so I think it was a laptop. So I was like, if you have a laptop and for some reason, my information, I know it's about to go on sale next week. So you paid $1,000 for it. I know it's going to go on sale for $750. I said, hey, can I borrow your laptop? And if I just bring the exact same one back, are you cool with that? And you're like, yeah, of course, whatever. As long as you just bring my laptop back. You're like, okay. So you you get the laptop that day, you sell it for $1,000 because that's what it's worth when you borrow it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next week when it goes on sale for $750, you take that $1,000, you take the $750 of it, you buy it, and then I give it back to you, your same laptop that I promised back, because you just want your laptop back, so you're good. So
you just profited $250.
Yeah, and I exchange, you profited $250, and that's exactly what short selling is. But the shares are the laptop.
Okay.
So, big institutional people, they shorted it. So that's what shorting is. This community and Reddit said they're gonna stick it to the big money people, because we're the little people and they always get bailed out. And if we lose money, we don't get bailed out. We're just screwed. Blah blah blah. So they picked a list of stocks that were highly shorted. And when you short, I mean, you do damage to the company too, because you're selling all the shares, so you're driving them into bankruptcy. So they just happen to pick GameStop. I think it was the most shorted stock on the stock market, and they all got together and they said, "Hey, we're gonna buy a whole bunch of shares all at the same time." All right, and then it drove it up, and so obviously, so when you short, the loss potential is unlimited. Like literally unlimited, because say the stock, I think it was at like $15, $20. If they drive it, just to be extreme, to $1 million, the investor that shorted is going to have to buy those shares back at $1 million to give it back to the person I bought it from. So they lost billions of dollars because the stock price just went up like crazy. So that's what happened. Crazy. All right.
They can't wait until it goes back down to buy?
Yeah, but when is it going to go back down?
Oh,
is it going to go back up? Is it going to go up further?
Damn.
So that's exactly what you said is exactly what happened. I'll show you on a chart. It went up to like $60 from like, no. It went up to like $70 from like the $20 or whatever. And it like tripled, like, my God. And they were like, hold on, it ain't over yet.
That's good.
And I mean, as of today, it was like it went up to as high as 425. So yeah, if you're thinking like the institutional managers, like you're like $60, we'll just hold out. And then the next day is 125.
Yeah.
Like, damn. And they're just trying to hold out, and so you just cut your losses. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So I want to hit on this, and this is what this episode is about. So this maneuver, what the Reddit people did, they're not only like making them lose money, but the maneuver is called a short squeeze. All right, so short squeeze. So basically, a stock that's highly shorted, that has a lot of short sellers in there. Basically, a whole bunch of buyers just start buying the stock, and I mean, usually it's not coordinated; it just happens to be that way. Sometimes, whole bunch of buyers buy the stock, drives up the price, and these shorters are squeezed out of their positions, like they're forced to buy the stock because they have to give it back. So, and then if you're disciplined, if you're short selling and you're a disciplined trader, you're just gonna get out and like whatever, they won. But if you're not disciplined, you can lose a lot of money. So
like the ones that waited for it to go 425, they're probably like dying inside right now.
So as it just drives up, you're just squeezing all the shorts out of the positions. So that's why I call it a short squeeze. And then what happens with that is the short sellers, they have to buy the stock, so that drives up the price even more. So now the regular buyers, the bulls, are buying it, and now the bears are even buying it, and so it just keeps on going up. And if you're really trying to hold out, you're just going to lose a lot of money. So that's why it's called a short squeeze. It's you're forcing them to buy, and so it drives up the price even more. So that's the concept of a short squeeze, and this was like this short squeeze from hell. This one,
I know the internet has been crazy about it. Everybody's going crazy.
It's insane. It's unprecedented. But so I was going to share my screen just to show you what it looks like.
So question. So there's a lot of people who basically had a lot of, if they invested a lot of, bought a lot of shares from GameStop, well, you said it was at $20, and then it went all the way to $4.25.
Yeah, I think it was 425.
That's what you're telling me right now?
Yeah.
In what, a span of a couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see on the chart. But yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, let's take a look.
That's crazy. I was in your investment talk only chat, I seen somebody said that their friend or they made $100,000 off of GameStop in those couple of days, and then what your friend made like $46,000.
Yeah. Somebody made 100,000, and then another person made like 46,000.
It was like in a couple of days or a day.
Yeah, there was like a couple days, probably a day. So the mania lasted like a few days. So yeah, it's within 1 or 2 or 3 days, I guess.
And regardless, it could be like a month. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Make a lot of money
awesome.
in the stock market. All right, so this is the last 180 days of GameStop. Okay, so I have my cursor on just one of these random days before it kind of went up. So the high of this was at $18, $18.30.
Okay.
Right. Let's even go back like 180 days ago. It was at 416. If you look at this like legend here, 416. So 180 days ago was 416. And then stuff started happening. They started to talk about it, started driving it up. And then one day, so it went from the low of $20 to 38. And then it went up to 45, nothing crazy there. And then one day right here, it went up to $76. And I remember watching that. That was in a span of like minutes, just like 2 or 3 minutes. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
So again, this is like what, a week ago or so, $20. And then it went at a high of, this is $483.
That's crazy.
So basically, if you bought 100 shares of it, each dollar that it went up, you would get $100. So that's about that's a lot of money. $483 minus $20 and get $100 for each dollar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is what happened.
Got rich quick off of that.
Yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money. And so they just weren't relenting. But yeah, this is the short squeeze that is highly short. It just spikes up, and people are forced to buy the positions as it goes up. But the movement on this is just ridiculous. Let me see if I can even zoom in on it. It's insane. I mean, like, look at this.
That's crazy.
The high of this one is $20, and then look, it goes all the way to over 475. Man,
that's crazy.
But yeah, so that's what happened with GE or GameStop, and it happened for God.
Is that the same thing that happened with AMC?
Yeah, same thing happened AMC and at Bed Bath and Beyond as well. So, but yeah, that's the maneuver. It's called a short squeeze, and that's what you've been hearing on the news and all that stuff. So that's what happened. It's a short squeeze, and it's not fun for the short sellers, but could benefit a lot either way if you know what you're doing.
Do you predict it happening again?
I wouldn't be surprised because now everybody has an idea.
I heard that they were, and I heard that they were talking about like, watch how fast Congress makes a law against about this or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh yeah, and the thing about Robinhood that you wanted to bring up is so Robinhood stop letting people buy the stock. They stopped letting people buy the stock.
That's crazy.
And it's weird for them because they're in bed with the company like behind that is losing on this play that are shorting basically in a roundabout way. So it's kind of weird that you can't, like, how you gonna tell people to buy? You can't buy. But again, don't go to Robinhood. But other brokers did it as well. And
Mhm.
the way you make them pay is you don't use their service anymore, because there was a lot of brokers that just let you do whatever you want.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Yep, and they're gonna those brokers that put restrictions or limitations, they're gonna lose a lot of people, and they're just gonna go to the brokers that are just like, hey, this is what the market is. You
yep,
know,
exactly.
it kind of feels like a game. Like
Nah,
I feel like you're like in a game, like you know, people like the Bears versus the Bulls, and then the news and all that stuff. It's just
yeah, I mean,
a bit.
there's tactics. I mean, when you're trading, not investing, when you're
Mhm.
trading, there's definitely tactics. You just you just get in where you fit in and you get out. When the writing's on the wall.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think it's a game. It's more of like a stance. Like the retail investors
Okay.
versus the institutional investors. Because the institutional investors, they think we don't know anything. They think that
Yeah.
the retail investor is not savvy, and so we're trying to like punch them in the face, kind of show them like and like I said, in the retail investors, it's like, man, you always get bailed out,
Mhm.
and we don't got that luxury. So it's more of a
Mhm.
it's like the 1% versus like the 99% type thing,
Okay.
and I'm here for it all.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'll benefit while y'all doing that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. That's awesome. But I'm glad this is a good one because a lot of people been like, what's going on and what happened and how did it happen and all this stuff. So I'm glad that you decided to be like, no, let's talk about
Yeah,
the
and I'll say
strategy here.
if unless you just know what you're doing 100%, don't be jumping in on this stuff, man. This is crazy. It's gambling. Like this stuff is gambling. But if you know
Mhm.
what you're doing, like a trader,
Mhm.
it's all strategic. You have your ends and your entries and exit points. But if you're just trying to see,
Mhm.
you're just like I said, when my little sister or your barber like is talking about the stock, that's it's not a good sign. Yeah, don't don't
Yeah.
don't, don't get in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave stuff like that to the professionals. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Not when you're like
Uh,
just now learning how to like trade or do stocks or anything like that.
yeah. You lose your money.
For sure. That's a big misconception that people have about investing and trading.
Yeah,
So like people are like, "Oh, I want to start investing," and then they see you or things that you talk about, and they're like, "Boom, making a lot of money quick." Like that's different. It's trading and investing is different. So
exactly.
maybe one day we'll do an episode of the difference between investing and trading, because people I don't think they understand that concept.
Yeah, that's
So.
good. I'll be perfect.
Mhm.
Cool. But yeah, so that's
Okay.
all I had. I just want to talk about the short squeeze and what it is and why you guys are hearing about GameStop. But that's what it was.
All
All right, so
right.
make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share it.
Yes,
Um,
please.
if you don't like it, go ahead and hit the dislike button too. But tell us, give us some feedback as well.
Yeah, tell us
So
why. If you don't
yeah,
like me, say why.
so
All
I'm your
right,
host,
Johnny.
Johnny
Thank
Ruiz.
you. I appreciate it.
Got my co-host.
Moni Benitez.
All right, this investment talk only.
My bad.
Next time.